Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session we have discussed regarding rate of a reaction, types of rate of reaction, that is average and instantaneous rate, and further even we considered graphical representation, or I can say graphical measurement of the average as well as instantaneous rate of a reaction. Thereafter we considered expressing the rate of a reaction, that is we considered a mathematical form, that is plus or minus dc by dt. So it's a general expression for a rate of a reaction. Thereafter, even we considered unit for a rate of a reaction. So that is, what is unit? Generally, concentration per time. So in general, concentration of the reactant species usually expressed in terms of moles per liter. Therefore, unit for rate of reaction will be moles per liter per second, or else moles per dm cube second. And further we said for gaseous species, their concentration of gaseous reactants and products are expressed in terms of their partial pressures. Therefore, in such case, the unit for rate of reaction becomes either atmosphere per second, bar per second, or even we say Pascal per second. Well, in this session, we go to the concept called factors affecting rate of a reaction. As we know that reaction during a chemical reaction, that is conversion of reactants into product, yes, various factors are going to influence the rate of a chemical reaction. Well, so if you consider the factors which affect the rate of a reaction, six factors. Well, what are those? First one, concentration of the reactants. If the reactants are present in its aqueous form, or I can say in solution form, then what you have to say? Concentration of the reactants. On the other hand, reactants may be gaseous species. In such case, reactants, their concentrations are specified partial pressure of a reactants. So what is the first factor here? Concentration of the reactant, or I can say pressure of the reactants, is going to influence the rate of a chemical reaction, is the first factor. Second one, temperature of the system. So whenever we carry out a reaction may be carried out at a different temperatures. Say reaction can be carried out at room temperature, that is at 25 degrees Celsius. That reaction may even carried out at even higher temperature, 100 degree, 200 degree, as like. So that the temperature also affect the rate of a reaction. So is the second factor. Third one, presence of a catalyst. As we know that we have two kind of catalyst, generally which alters the rate of a reaction. Basically, how we are going to define catalyst means these are the substances used in a small quantity in a chemical reaction which alters the rate of a reaction. It means we have two possibilities there. They may increase or decrease the rate of a reaction. It means overall what I can say, the presence of catalyst also influences the rate of a chemical reaction. So it is the third factor. Then fourth one, nature of reactants, or I can say nature of a reaction. As we know, there are ionic species as well as molecular species. That is, ionic species involved in ionic reactions, molecular species involved in molecular reactions. Therefore, we can say nature of reactant or else nature of a reaction also going to influence the rate of a reaction. And the fifth one, surface area of reactants. Okay, and the last one, in certain cases even radiation is also going to influence the rate of a reaction. So overall, the six factors: concentration of reactants, or I can say pressure of reactants, temperature of the system, presence of catalyst, nature of reactants or nature of reaction, surface area of reactants, and radiation. So these are the six factors which influences the rate of a chemical reaction. Well, we study one by one. Coming to the first one, what is that? Concentration of a reactants. As I already mentioned, the concentration of a reactants usually expressed either in terms of molarity and for gaseous species partial pressures. Okay, well, consider molar concentrations. It means moles per liter, number of moles of a reactant in liter of a solution. Usually we know the rate of a reaction depends on the collision among the reactant molecules. Means a reaction to take place, what is the first and foremost thing? Those reactant molecule has to collide with one another. They have to come in contact with one another with a sufficient energy. So basic need for a reaction to proceed is first and foremost thing is the reactant molecule has to collide with one another. Say if there are less numbers, say there are only 10 molecules, 10 reactant molecules, there will be certain number of collisions. There is a possibility of collision among the reactant molecules. At the same time, if I consider 100 reactant molecules, what happens? The possibility of collision among the reactant molecules increases. When I consider 10, number of collisions will be less. If I consider 100 reactant molecules, what happens? Number of collisions increases. So basically what I'm talking about, quantity of reactants, 10 moles, say 10 molecules, 100 molecules. Where the collisions are more? In case of 100 molecules. So it means as number of reactant molecules increases, what is the possibility? Number of collisions also increases. If number of collisions increases, obviously rate of a reaction also increases. So what is the statement to be remembered here is for concentration, effect of concentration. What is that? Increase in the concentration of reactant, increase in the concentration of a reactant, it means we are increasing the quantity of a reactant per liter of a solution. If you increase the concentration, what happens? The rate of reaction also increases, while decrease in the concentration of reactant decreases the rate of a reaction, or I can say velocity of a reaction. So first thing, the statement to be remembered is concentration of a reactant and rate both are directly proportional. So increase in the concentration of reactant increases the rate of a reaction, while decrease in the concentration of a reactant decreases the velocity of a reaction. Okay, well, what is the reason for this? If I consider the reason, well, what is the reason for this? Say the effect of concentration is explained on the basis of collision theory. Okay, collision theory of a reaction rate. So what it says, higher the concentration, if concentration is more, what happens? Number of collisions are more. If number of collisions increases, rate of a reaction also increases. So the effect of reactants can be explained with the help of collision theory of a reaction rates. As I already mentioned, if a number of, or I can say if concentration increases, what happens? Number of moles of reactant increases. Further, there will be increase in the number of collisions, hence rate of a reaction also increases. Okay, well, then the two important notes to be remembered here is, so increase in the concentration of reactants. As I mentioned, increase in the concentration of reactant means what it is? Increase in the number of collisions per dm cube per second. If number of moles increases, in turn what happens? There will be increase in the number of collisions per dm cube per second. So we used to call collision frequency. Simply, this number of collisions per dm cube per second is referred as a frequency, collision frequency increases. Okay, and the second thing, in case of zero order reactions, so later I'm going to discuss about zero order reactions. So now just consider, in case of zero order reactions, concentration of reactant does not affect the rate of a reaction. It means except zero order, yes, we have first order, second order, fractional order reactions. In all those cases, there is a relation between rate of a reaction and concentration of the reactant species. But in case of zero order reaction, there is no relation, or I can say rate of reaction is independent of concentration of reactants. Okay, so these 2 points. Increase in the concentration increases the collision frequency, that is number of collisions per dm cube per second. And what is the second thing? In zero order reactions, concentration of reactant does not affect the rate of a chemical reaction. Well, it's regarding first factor, concentration of reactants. Well, coming to the second one, what is the second factor? Temperature of the system. It means the temperature of measurement. At what temperature that reaction is being carried out is also affect the, it also affect the rate of a chemical reaction. Well, here generally we know when we increase the temperature, what happens? The kinetic energy of the species increases. If kinetic energy of the species increases, it means those reactant molecules started moving with a high kinetic energy. They are moving with a high speed. When they started moving with the high speed, so we can say now the collision will be more. Okay, when they move very slowly, they collide with less energy, so collision is not much effective. But when they move rapidly, as temperature increases, reactant molecules start moving rapidly. When they when they move rapidly, what happens? Whatever the collision takes place, more and more collisions becomes effective. It means we can say here collisions can also be classified or categorized as a effective and non-effective collisions. The collision which leads to product formation are considered as effective collisions. On the other hand, the collision which do not lead to any product formation, they are considered as a non-effective collisions. So actually what happens here, when we increase the temperature, the number of effective collisions goes on increases, because due to increase in the kinetic energy, reactant molecules collide with the high speed. Therefore, what happens? The number of effective collision increases. In turn, rate of a reaction also increases. Therefore, we can see here the relation between rate of a reaction and temperature, again directly proportional. So, temperature has a very marked effect on rate of a reaction. So, what it is? An increase in the temperature increases the rate of a reaction, while decrease in temperature decreases the or reduces the velocity of a reaction. As like concentration of reactants, temperature is also directly proportional to rate of a chemical reaction. Okay, well, the reason, say, as the temperature increases, what happens? Average kinetic energy of a molecules increases. Further, the number of effective collisions increases, hence rate of a reaction increases. So, due reason, increase in temperature increases the rate of a reaction. So, what is the reason we have to quote here? As temperature increases, the average kinetic energy of reactant molecules increases and number of effective collisions increases, hence rate of a reaction also increases. As a rough rule, for every 10-degree rise in temperature, say a reaction is carried out at 25 degrees Celsius and the same reaction is carried out at 35 degrees Celsius. Well, we measure the rate in both the case, at 25 degrees Celsius as well as at 35 degrees Celsius. So when we compare rates measured at two temperatures, okay, at 25 and 35 degrees Celsius, we are going to get a relation here. The rate will be almost double, which means to be remembered here is for every 10-degree rise in temperature, in most of the chemical reactions, what happens? The rate becomes doubled. Rate of a reaction becomes doubled. Sometimes even it is tripled. Okay. So it's regarding effect of temperature on rate of a chemical reaction. That is second factor. Well, coming to the third one, what we said, presence of catalyst. Presence of a catalyst. Well, we know the definition for catalyst. These are the substances which alters the rate of a chemical reaction. Which alters the rate of a chemical reaction. Well, we have two kind of catalyst here. Positive catalyst and negative catalyst. If that substance increases the rate of a reaction, then we call positive catalyst. If it decreases the rate of a reaction, then it is called negative catalyst. Well, here As I said, two kinds. A positive catalyst increases the rate of a reaction, while a negative catalyst decreases the rate of a reaction. Well, how is going to increase or decrease? Or generally, how catalyst is going to alter the rate of a reaction means, say, all reactions are associated with energy barrier. All chemical reactions are associated with energy barrier. Those are named as threshold energy and activation energy. Okay, so now here, what is the role of catalyst in a reaction means they are going to change the activation energy of a reaction. They may increase or decrease the activation energy of a reaction. Therefore, we say a positive catalyst increases the rate of a reaction by decreasing the activation energy of reaction. On the other hand, a negative catalyst decreases the rate of a reaction by increasing the activation energy of a reaction, or I can say reactants. So overall, if I consider presence of catalyst, yes, catalyst is also going to influence the rate of a reaction. The nature of catalyst decides the effect. If you use positive catalyst, which increases the rate of a reaction. If you use a negative catalyst, it decreases the rate of a reaction. Well, in the upcoming session, I'm going to deal with this concept, activation energy. Okay, so here, what is to be remembered is, say, effect of catalyst means, yes, catalyst is going to influence the rate of a reaction. There are two types of catalyst, positive and negative catalyst. Positive catalyst increases the rate of a reaction, okay, by decreasing the activation energy, while negative catalyst decreases the rate of a reaction by increasing the activation energy. Well, it is regarding the third factor, presence of catalyst. Well, coming to the fourth one, what is the fourth one? We said nature of reactants. As I said here, nature of reactants, or even I can say nature of a reaction. Say here, nature of reactants, as I mentioned, the reactants may be ionic species or molecular species. Similarly, if I consider reactions, that reaction may be ionic reactions or molecular reactions. Now we have two kind of reactions, ionic reactions and molecular reactions. Well, ionic reactions involves ionic species, ionic reactants and ionic products. On the other hand, if I consider molecular reactions, they have molecular species, that is molecular reactants and molecular products. Now, what is the basic difference between these means? Say in case of ionic reactants, there involves ionic bonds. In case of molecular species, there involves a molecular bond. Well, during a chemical reaction, what happens? There will be breaking and making of a bond takes place. Either it may be ionic or molecular bond, that is covalent bond. Well, during a chemical reaction, some bonds must be broken down and new bonds must be formed so that reactant will be get converted into product. The energy required for these breaking and making of bond, where it is least, it is with respect to ionic bonds. So in ionic reaction, what happens? There is no any kind of bond cleavage or bond formation. But what happens? There exists only a electrostatic attraction between oppositely charged species, that is cations and anions. Therefore, ionic reactions proceed very fast since there is no any bond cleavage and bond formation. But in case of molecular reactions, what happens? As covalent molecules present, covalent bonds present, here it involves, there will be covalent bond must be broken down. Further, a new covalent bond must be formed. Therefore, it requires more energy. Therefore, what happens? Molecular reaction proceeds slowly, but ionic reactions proceeds rapidly, very fast. So we can say here, nature of reactants, yes, is going to influence the rate of a reaction. If they are ionic species, rate of reaction is more. If they are molecular species, rate of reaction will be less. So I can say now, So ionic reactions are faster than molecular reactions. Well, what is the reason here? In case of ionic reactions, no bonds are to be broken. The reaction takes place rapidly between oppositely charged ions. Okay, so in ionic reactions what happens? Their reaction, yes, reaction takes place, but reaction takes place between the oppositely charged species. Well, when I consider molecular reactions proceeds slowly. They have very slow rate of a reaction. Well, what is the reason for this? So in case of molecular reactions, large number of covalent bonds in reactant molecules, okay, are to be broken, and new bonds are to be formed in product molecules. So we can say here a molecular reaction involves breaking and making of a covalent bonds. Therefore, it proceeds slowly and has a very low rate of a reaction. So it's regarding nature of reactants. That is the fourth factor which influences the rate of a reaction. Well, coming to the fifth one, what is the fifth factor we said? That is surface area of a reactant. Surface area of a reactant. Now, when I consider surface area, well, how is going to influence the rate means, as I said, the basic condition for a reaction to proceed is reactant molecule has to collide with one another. Well, during collision, what happens? The reactant molecules comes in contact with one another. During when they come in contact with each other, what happens? There will be exchange of electrons, or well say there will be either making a bond or new bond will be formed between the reactant species, so that it leads to formation of a product. The surface area of those reactant molecules is going to influence the rate of a reaction. Larger the surface area, what happens? More and more portion of a reactant molecules comes in contact with one another, so reactions takes place easily. If only small portion of a reactant surface comes in contact with each other, what happens? The reaction proceeds slowly. In the sense, the surface area is directly proportional to rate of a reaction. So I can say larger the surface area of the reactants, faster is the rate of a reaction. So what is the reason for this is, it is due to the fact that total surface area of the smaller particles is greater than the that of larger particles. So it means when I think of surface area, when you go on reducing the size of the reactant molecules, say crystalline and amorphous, crystalline form of a reactants and amorphous form of a reactants, in which case we are going to have more surface area, means obviously in amorphous form of a reactant area. In the sense, as we decrease the particle size, more and more surface is available for reaction. So smaller the size of reactant species, larger is the surface area, hence rate of a reaction increases. So we say surface area is directly proportional to rate of a reaction. So it is regarding fifth factor. Well, what is the last one we said? That is radiations. Well, in some reactions we used to call photochemical reactions. Photochemical reactions, in the sense that reactions are carried out in presence of a light. When you think of decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, say in presence of urea as a stabilizer, it won't be decomposed. Hydrogen peroxide won't be decomposed if it is kept in a dark bottle, and if you use urea as a stabilizer, say hydrogen peroxide do not undergo decomposition for a longer period, years together we can store it. But what happens? Same hydrogen peroxide, if it is exposed to sunlight, what happens? It undergo decomposition rapidly with explosive order. In the sense, presence of light is going to influence the rate of a reaction. Well, naturally hydrogen peroxide, whatever the hydrogen peroxide stored in a bottle, dark bottle, again say even in presence of urea as a stabilizer, yes, it undergo decomposition very slowly. Hydrogen peroxide get converted into water and oxygen gas will be liberated. But what about rate here? Rate of reaction is very slow. But in presence of sunlight, what happens? Rate of reaction increases 100 folds, 1000 folds. In the sense, rate of reaction becomes very high. Therefore, we say in some cases, radiation is also going to influence the rate of a reaction. Generally, how it is related? Directly proportional. So, one more example I can specify here. Say, reaction between hydrogen and chlorine, H2 and Cl2, takes place rapidly in presence of a sunlight than in presence of sunlight or than in the absence of a sunlight. In the sense, say in presence of sunlight, hydrogen and chlorine both react to give hydrochloric acid. But in absence of sunlight, that reaction among those two species will be very slow. So it's regarding factors which influences the rate of a chemical reaction. Well, I hope you understood these concepts. Again, in the next session, we discuss about some other concept of a chemical kinetics. Well, thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Like,
Comments
share,
and
subscribe.